Hello and welcome to your podcast, Classes Off with Rosa. This is the show where you'll find reliable data to help you find solutions to common problems. I am your host, Rosa Antonini. Today we have a solo episode, and the reason is I recently had a spine surgery. Today is 3 weeks that I had this spine surgery, which was very painful. But I want to take you a little bit through the process of what happened. And also I want to discuss a little bit about pain. And I hope this can help you if you're dealing with pain or if you have a loved one that is dealing with pain. So first, let me tell you a little bit about the surgery, which has to do with a condition that, I've been dealing with many years. And one of the things that I will suggest if you're considering surgery is always look for alternative methods if there is anything available. In my case, I have tried everything from different chiropractors, and I have a great chiropractor that I was going during the last 2 years. Also physiotherapy. I had a lot of different type of physiotherapy, but in one of those icy weathers that we get sometime during the winter, I fell, and that didn't help my condition. Then I had a couple of discs that got really out of alignment. And so anyway, all this got to the point that it was giving me a constant pain. So the pain went from being from time to time. I'm used to have pain because I always have some back pain, but it became unmanageable. And what is unmanageable pain? Well, that is when it affects and prevents you from doing activities that you would like to do on your daily lives. So for example, I like to cook. I like to have people over. I'm very active. And lately, I wasn't able to do those things. So anything was a big effort. And the problem was that it was very unstable. Like I will be good one day and I will make plans and be completely fine and I'm very energetic, and then the next day it will come from nowhere and I will have to change my plans and maybe lay down for a bit, and so it became very difficult. Simple things like giving the food to the cats, that you have to be bending to the floor, and just regular activities that shouldn't give you any problem, then it start being problematic. So it got to the point like, okay, what is the next step? Now, the next step for me was surgery. And that is something that had been recommended by different doctors in the past. I saw different surgeons in the past, and they always told me that I needed surgery, but I never felt comfortable. There was something inside, something that didn't feel right. And I tend to follow my intuition and how, I feel like those gut feelings. So I didn't think it was the right moment and not the right person. It just didn't feel right. Now, if you are to the point where you need a surgery, make sure that you look for more than one professional opinion. And also, make sure that you read the reviews, the prior history of the surgeries from all the professional, the doctors that you're considering. Also, you should feel comfortable. You really should be comfortable because that doctor will have you in a way that it can really make a difference in the future of your life. So you need to trust and be comfortable and believe that he's very confident. And when I say that, that doesn't mean to like your doctor, or maybe that you think that he has a very caring personality or that he's very nice with you. Yes, all of those characteristics are pretty good, and they're great if they come as part of the package that your doctor has the skills needed for what you need, right? So you really want a very qualified doctor. I was very lucky to meet Dr. Ryder. And really, since I met him, I felt very comfortable with him. There was something that I just felt like, oh my God, I am in the right place. This is the right time. And by the way, I will have him in coming up in my podcast, so we can go over and he can discuss everything about, the different type of spine surgery, the risk, when to do it. Because one of the things that I like about this doctor is that he doesn't consider surgery right away. They try, they have different doctors also in the office, and they consider different things before sending you for a surgery, which I think that's very important, because some surgeons, they always want to do surgery, but that is not their case. So anyway, I will have him coming up. So if you have any question about spine surgery, pain, and anything related to that, please DM me to my account on Instagram, Rosa L. Antonini. It's also in my Instagram. You can see my email. That's author.rosaantonini@gmail.com. So you can send me all your questions, and then I will discuss those questions when I have him in the show. But also, if they're related to another topic, I can bring another expert that will answer those questions. So, coming back from my surgery, the spine surgery is a major surgery. So the first 2 weeks are very difficult. They are like really, really rough, like very rough. In my case, the pain of the surgery I didn't feel it as much as some, like a side effect I had from, I don't know, pain medication, or just, I don't know, for something about my stomach, but my stomach got overextended and it was very painful. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat for 6 days. So it was really difficult. And because of the stomach situation, then I couldn't get those stronger pain medication, because one of the side effects of those stronger pain medication and opioids or narcotics is that they can affect the stomach. So because I had the stomach this way, then I was having other lighter medication. So it was very difficult because it was a very high pain. And anyway, with my stomach in that situation, it really didn't help. But eventually, and by the way, if anybody is in that situation, after trying a lot of medication, what did it for me that got my overextended came back to normal was ginger. Believe it or not, ginger, fresh ginger. So I started like just giving bite to fresh ginger, and then grating the ginger in water and just drinking the water with that grated ginger. And it really worked like magic. So if anyone is having a condition like that and you have tried medication and doesn't work, give it a try to fresh ginger and just grate the ginger in the water. Tastes good. Actually, it tastes better than if you chew the ginger, because it can be very strong. But believe me, you're going to find a difference. You're going to notice the difference within like 12 hours. So my stomach came almost back down, almost to normal. And that all those cramps that I was having and the, overextended, it really worked like magic. So I would suggest fresh ginger if you're having any weird stomach condition. So now, going back to pain. So I want to discuss a little bit pain, because pain can be it's a variable, right? It's very unique to the person that is feeling it. That means that some people have higher tolerance to pain than others. But let's say just because someone has lower tolerance to pain, that doesn't mean that for that person, what they're feeling is not really strong, right? Like they feel it as very strong, even though maybe for you, you think it's not that strong, because maybe you went through something similar and you have a higher tolerance. If you're going through that, or if a loved one is going through that, it can become a difficult situation. The reason is that, and I'm talking about high level of pain. So the other day on my Instagram account, I posted a story in which I asked my audience, what do you think is your greatest asset that, we have? And then I gave option to health, love, relationships, power, money. And anyway, there were other choices as well. And I discussed why for me was health, but I got a lot of answers where they pick love, relationships, right? Some people also selected power and money, but most of the answer actually they selected health. But a lot came from selecting love and relationships. So now, if I hadn't been in a situation like what I have experienced, which is dealing with pain for, many years, and dealing for pain where you basically fear you're gonna pass out because you almost cannot tolerate it. So, when the pain is so intense, you basically don't want to talk. You don't want to discuss with other people about the pain. The relationships will be affected because you might seem grumpy. And the reason I'm telling you this is because, let's say, if I hadn't had experienced this level of pain, most likely I would have selected also love and relationship is the greatest asset you can have. But the pain that I have experienced, right, in the past, make me change that to believe that health and being healthy is really the greatest asset you can have. Because you could have great relationships and loved ones and support from your loved ones. But the reality is, if you're experiencing a high level of pain, and I'm talking a high level of pain where it affects your mood, that you don't want to talk, you don't want to do the activities you used to do, you cannot enjoy the food, you cannot enjoy the conversation, even if you know, and even if you're grateful for your loved ones and having a support group around, none of those things will matter, because when you are in a deep level of pain, nothing really matters. You feel nothing matters because it's almost like you lose your will, and you just want anything that can alleviate how you're feeling so you can feel more like yourself. So if you or a loved one are going through that, through a level of pain that is affecting your life to the extent that you cannot do those activities that you like, you cannot give the love and having those conversations with your friends, family, entertain how, if you like to entertain or go out, whatever it is that you like to do, try not to settle to become always in pain if there is a solution. So what I'm saying is, try to find a solution, try to find something. Sometimes homeopathic medicine works, sometimes Chinese medicine works, sometimes getting to the right doctor works. So what I'm saying is, don't give up. And if you have a loved one that is in a lot of pain, and maybe you see that person grumpy, and you think, oh, I'm not going to visit because that person is always grumpy, or you start staying away from the person because you just think that the person is moody or it make you feel bad. Remember that if the person is in a lot of pain, it's going to change their mood. So just try to help them find a solution, find the right doctor. Try to help them do research. Sometimes when the person is experiencing a lot of pain, they don't even have that capacity to spend a lot of time on the internet and researching, because sometimes you just want to lay down and forget about it and hoping that tomorrow is going to be a better day. So anyway, just keep that in mind. If you have someone in your life that you see that it has changed and it is because of pain, just try to help them find a solution. And you're going to see, once the person will start feeling better, they're going to become more themselves. And if you're going through something like that, just don't give up. Try to look for alternative. And there is a lot of stuff these days. So don't give up and don't accept the pain as a way of living. Always try to find a way and keep searching until you find something that gives you some relief. Okay, so this was our short episode today. Like I said, I will have Dr. Ryder here with us to discuss and answer all your questions related to the spine and other type of surgery. Just send me your questions, and I'll be talking to you again in another 2 weeks. Have a great, lovely, and healthy day. This concludes our episode today. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope this information was helpful. If you like this type of content, please subscribe and share. Coming up, we will have more topics on mental health, weight loss, the issues with our education system, depression, global warming, and much, much more. Stay tuned. See you soon.